So we know that Oracle is one of the RDBMS product. Okay, RDBMS means Relational Database Management System. And also, Oracle supported ORDBMS. Also, it is supported, sir. It supported ORDBMS features. That is called object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programming features also supported by our Oracle. So that's why Oracle is called as ORDBMS. Okay. Now, basically, the Oracle contains two parts. One is SQL. The second one is PLSQL. The second one is SQL. Second one is PLSQL. So SQL is completely SQL is completely query-based language. We can write the queries by using select, insert, update, delete like only. And the PLSQL is a programming language. We can write some programs. We can write. Okay. So based on that content, based on the course content, our Oracle can divide into two parts. The first we try to discuss about a skill. After coming to a skill, then we discuss PLSQL. We discuss. Right. Now, what is a database now? So database main functionality to store the data permanently for future reference. That is okay. So what is a database? What is the database now? Database is a first of all, I say simple definition. So database means simple where we can store the data permanently. That location is called as database. We can. Why are you storing the data? We can store the data for future reference. We can store the data for future reference. We can store the data. That is. So nowadays now, without database now, in real time, there is no applications. If you take railway reservations, bus reservations, e-commerce applications, hospitals, okay, any type of applications, every application is depends upon database only. Okay, right. Now, so nowadays, the companies are using as a backend. They're using this relation databases. Okay, first of all, what is the role of our database in applications? What is the role of database in real-time applications? What is the role of database in real-time applications? Right. Suppose guys here to develop any application, suppose to develop any application. Generally, here we have the 3 layers are required. To develop any application, we have the 3 layers are required. What are the 3 layers? The first one is PL, we can call. What we call? PL. What is the meaning of PL? Presentation layer. What we call, guys? Presentation layer. Presentation layer, we can call. presentation layer. That means here to develop any application now, compulsory UI is required. UI means user interface. User interface is required. That user interface applications are developed by using presentation layer softwares. So presentation layer also called as front end forward and what you call it is also called as front end tool we can call it. So according to the end user requirement, according to the client requirement, you can design application. Suppose here we try to discuss one example, guys. Here I want to develop one application that is called login form sb.co.in. So net banking. So personal banking. So here the client requirement is he want to design one login form, net banking login form. This is the login form. So in this login form, what the client requirement? He want to input the username, password, and some captcha, and two buttons. One is login button, next one is reset button, and here we have a checkbox. Okay, guys. So this is the client requirement. This is called as a user interface. UI we can call user interface. It is also called as front-end application or front-end tool. So designing tool now. This is called as designing tool. So how to develop this designing tools now? Any softwares are there to develop this type of designing tools? Yes, we have the different softwares are there to develop. Examples are HTML, JavaScript, CSS3, okay, UI, AngularJS, etc. Guys, these are the different softwares are available to develop this type of user interfaces. Okay, to develop this type of user interfaces. Right. Next one is okay. This is a presentation. What is the next one, guys? Next one is this is called as storage layer. You can call that is called SL. What you call SL? We can. SL means storage layer. Storage layer we can call. Storage layer. It is also called as backend. It also called as backend we can call. That is. What the storage layer main functionality means in the presentation layer, what we try to input. Suppose here in this login form, just input my username, password, captcha. I click on the login button. Once you click on the login button, the request goes through this one. This is called as actually YAML we can call middle layer. Okay, we discussed later about this ML. So in this, what you're inputting the username, password, click on the login button. The presentation layer taking the input from user, that is send to backend, send it to storage layer. What is storage layer main functionality? The storage layer main functionality to process the presentation layer request and send the output to presentation layer. Means login successfully or invalid username or password. Okay. So what the storage layer main functionality means to store the information permanently with a high security. To store the information permanently with a high security. This is the storage layer main functionality. Right. And also, any example for storage layers? Yes, we have the different examples, guys. Examples are Oracle is one of the storage layer. SQL Server, MySQL, DB2, etc. Guys. These are the different types of backend databases. Storage layer also what you call, guys? Storage layer also we can call as DB. That is called as database. Okay. So these are the different examples. These are the different examples. Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, DB2. These are different types of backend databases. Okay. But what about that middleware? This is the middleware. Middleware software. Okay. What this middleware software main functionality? Middle layer. Middle layer software. So middle layer main functionality to validate client requirement. To validate client requirements, that is means the client requirement is username mandatory, password mandatory. Okay, guys, these are some conditions. To satisfy these conditions, and also password should be start with an alphabet, one uppercase letter, one small case letter. We have some validations. If you want to satisfy these validations, now those validations we can implement inside this middle layer. Okay. But any example for this middle layer softwares now? Yes, we have different types of middle layer softwares are there. Java, .NET, PHP, Python, etc. These are the different middle layer softwares. Okay, guys. So to develop any application, these three are mandatory, sir. Presentation layer, middle layer, and the storage layer. So to develop the application by using any language, either Java, HTML, AngularJS, in the middle layer you are using either Java, .NET, or PHP, but backend is mandatory. Backend is compulsory to develop any application. That's why we must know the knowledge of database. Backend database also we must know the knowledge. And also, if any developer know these three concepts, means suppose you are a developer. Right now, you know AngularJS. Okay, na? Some middleware technology and some database. Then you are become as a full stack developer. That is, this is an example, guys. Okay, guys. See, suppose you know that HTML, JavaScript, you know the Java, you know the Oracle. You are a Java full stack developer. You know the HTML, JavaScript, .NET, and SQL Server. You are a .NET full stack developer. Okay, guys. So you know HTML, JavaScript, Python, backend, SQLite. Then you are a Python full stack developer. Yes. If any person know these three concepts, technologies, then that person becomes as a full stack developer, either Java or .NET or Python or data science, what it may be. That is okay. Fine. What, Suresh? I didn't understand what you asked. No, can you explain? MERN means I didn't understand. Right. So now we are running this one right now. No, no, no. Not here. Only we are taking the here. I'm taking database only. Yes, this is a this just now the management put in the chat box now. This course is for free for full stack developers. This course is free for full stack Java students. Okay, right. Now, now we are discussing right now history of databases. Now we are discussing guys history of databases. So, what is the role of database in real time now? Just now we discussed now. That is the role. Storage layer role in industry. Our database main functionality. Right. Now, next one is we know different types of databases. We know means in the yesterday session. In yesterday's session, we discussed what is data store, right? What is data store? What is data store? Means where we can store the data. We can store the data in different places. We can store the data in flat files, normal databases, and relational databases, etc. We can store the data in different places. We can store the data. Nowadays, the companies are storing the data in relational databases, but previously we are using flat files and normal databases. But what are the drawbacks of these flat files and normal databases? Why relational databases are becomes as the most popular? Now we discuss one by one. Guys, flat files means like notepad files. Notepad, Word document, Excel, etc. Right, flat files. Now, first of all, what is a file? What is a file? What is a flat file? Means file is a collection of file is a collection of information stored in bytes or character format. That is called as file. So file is a collection of information stored in bytes or character format. Bytes or character format means one byte equal to one character, right? That's why we can say either bytes or character format. Means in files now, how the data stores in character format? In files, so how the data stores in character format? One simple example, guys. One simple example. Suppose here, just I open a notepad. Notepad is one other file, right? Right? It is one other file. In this file, just here entered 10 by 0, here entered 10 by 0. 10 by 0. Is it showing any error? Here I did press enter key. No error. No error. Because inside this file, what you are typing the data is either numbers or characters or dates, what it may be, everything internally stored with a character format. This is internally stores with a character format. So on characters, can I perform arithmetic operators? On character values, so can I perform arithmetic? No, we can't. That's why 10 by 0 returns error. Okay. But in CR, I did connect to the database now. Here in the database, right now I entered 10 by 0 from there. See, we got error. Yes, divisor is equals to 0. We got one error. Now here in this database now, it reads as a number. That's why here we got error message because we cannot divide any value with 0. Okay. But here in file system, what happens now? Everything is stored in character format only. That is the file now. File is a collection of information stored in character format. Right. Next one is it was a first backend database. It was the first backend database. In real time, the companies are using as a backend. First, they are using flat files only. Okay, and it is introduced in 1960s. 1960s, the companies are using as a backend files only. Right. But in that files, we have some drawbacks also. We have means at the time of using these files as a backend, at the time of using files as a backend, they found some drawbacks in 1960s. What are the drawbacks? The first drawback is no data type support. Right or wrong? What is the first one? No data type support first one. Because in files, all the information is stored in character format only. First thing. The second one is it provides poor security because files will not support password mechanism. It provides poor security because files will not support password mechanism. Means I create one file, sir. I create one file. Anybody can open my file directly. Anybody can access my file directly because files are not supported. Password mechanism not supported. That is. Next one is performance becomes very slow. Performance is very poor because files will not support index mechanism. Index mechanism, that is. Right, guys? Index mechanism. What is the meaning of index mechanism, guys? Right. So, what is the meaning of index mechanism, guys? Yes, that means here, suppose I have one file. The file name is emp.txt. This is my file. Because file's extension is .txt, na? So I have some data, employee number, employee name, salary, depart number I have. Up to I have 1 lakh records. Up to I have 1 lakh records right now I have. Now I want to access the record. I want to access my record right now. Last record I want to access. If you want to access this record, now it will take some time because in files now, data is searching each and every column value, each and every record. Each and every record, each and every column value, it is checking. Means to find this 1 lakh record will take more time. This is the performance becomes very poor because index not supported. Sir, what is the meaning of index now? See, I want to check employee number 1 lakh record I want to display. Employee number is 1 lakh, I want to display that record. So I want to check only employee number record only. I want to check employee number column only. Remaining columns are need not to check. Right or wrong? Once you check remaining columns, there is wastage actually. Okay, guys. So I want to check only employee number column only. At that time, what we can do now? On employee number column, whenever if you try to create an index, then it is checking only employee number column data only. It improves performance or not? Previously, 4 lakh times the data is checking because we have the 4 columns now. 4 lakh times it is checking. But now once you add the index now, only 1 lakh. That 1 lakh also it is checking randomly. Okay, guys? That is. It improves performance or not? Yes. But files will not support that type of mechanism. That is one of the drawbacks. Okay, fine. Right, guys. This is one of the drawbacks. So the next one is next drawback is it will not support multiple users, multiple platforms not supported. Okay, files will not support multiple users and multiple platforms. That is. So multiple users, multiple platforms means we cannot share data from one system to another system. We cannot share the data. It is not possible. That is called multiple users are not supported. One simple example, guys. One simple example. So I have the 3 systems right now. I have system number 1, system number 2, and system number 3. Okay, I have one file. This is the file. So I open the file in the system number 1. The file is open. The same file. So embedded txt. I open the file in system number 1. File is open. So same file I want to open second system also. It is open. But so now the same file I want to open the system number 2, but It is opened, but it is opened with read mode. Okay, na? Session number 3, that is also read mode. Means only session number 1 read and write. That is only system number 1 support read and write method. Remaining systems, only the file is open with read only. It supports. Okay, this is the example. But what our requirement now? Concurrently, we can update the data in between systems, right or wrong? Concurrently, we can update the data in between systems. Is it supported? No, not supported. This is one of the major drawback of files. But nowadays, all applications are executed connected. You can update the data, no? Because if you take banking application, net banking, you are also doing. I am doing net banking. I am doing some withdraw. Okay, you are doing deposit. Somebody is doing mini statement. Somebody is doing account statement. Means all the users can access data from one database only. The database can distribute data to multiple users, multiple systems, right or wrong? Multiple clients, but that type of feature is not supported by files now. If you want to do any operation now, we can do only single system only we can do. We cannot share to multiple systems. We cannot update. Okay. This is one of the drawback now. Multiple users not supported, sir. And the multiple platforms also. Different types of operating systems. Suppose I create file in Windows operating system. Same file we cannot open in Linux OS or Unix OS. We cannot open. Multiple platforms also not supported. Suppose one best example is Java. Java is a platform independent language because Java support different types of operating systems. Windows, Linux, Unix, Sun Microsystems. Different types of OS supported. But file supports only single OS only. That is called multiple platforms also not supported. Next one is exceptions are not supported. Exceptions are not supported for this. Errors are not supported. Just now we discussed 10b0. Nothing returns error messages. So these are the major drawbacks of our file system. To overcome all these drawbacks in 1960s, the second database is developed in real time now. To overcome above drawbacks, the second database is normal databases are developed. Normal databases are developed. To overcome above drawbacks. Right. Now, what is the database right now? Now we can, if you go to the interviews now, the interviewer asking the one first common interview question is what is a database? They're asking. Everybody say the common definition. Database is a collection of interrelated data. We can say collection of interrelated data. Okay, that is fine. But you can say different way. Okay, what is a database now? Database is a collection of organized, related, and meaningful information stored at centrally one memory location. That is called as database. Database is a collection of organized, related, and a meaningful information. That information is stored at centrally one memory location. That is the definition of database. So, what is the meaning of organized? Inside the database now, your data will be stored in one structured format. That is called as data stores in rows and columns format. Data stores in rows and columns format. Your data stores. That is called organized. Related. Related means if you have any relations in between tables, just like primary key, foreign key is one of the relation. Okay, we can establish relation between tables, that is called related. Meaningful information. That information is stored at centrally one location